As actors, we work primarily on scripted material, which requires memorization and rehearsal for a final performance. But sometimes we go off script, either intentionally or by accident. This is called paraphrasing. Now, is this a good or bad thing for the actor? Stick around, you're about to find out. So the dictionary definition of paraphrasing is to express the meaning of the writer, words, story, using different words, especially to create greater clarity. Now, we do this all the time in real life. When we tell stories, something that happened to us at the supermarket might be funny. We tend to embellish or possibly truncate what actually happened to emphasize the story or the point more. Now, we also do this as actors, but more people are depending upon us to say the exact words that the script says, namely the writer, other actors, lighting people, people that are using our lines as cues. So is this bad or good? We have pros and cons to go over, and we're going to go to the pros right now. There's several good reasons to paraphrase, and the one that I use the most is when I am auditioning with awkward lines in a script. Let's face it, some writers are better than others, and sometimes you're auditioning for something with clunky dialogue. And I'm telling you, clunky dialogue, poorly written dialogue is harder to memorize than well-written dialogue because it is not intuitive. So if you can shift around the phrasing a little bit, as long as you keep the meaning of the writer, if you shift it around to make it easier to memorize, I find that it's helpful in the audition situation. Another reason that paraphrasing can be useful is in fixing mistakes while you're in the process of performing. This will happen in live theater a lot, where there is no cut, do it again. If you're in the middle of a scene with somebody and something was missed or awkward earlier in the scene, you can often fix it later by adjusting the lines, by paraphrasing. Also, and probably the most interesting pro of paraphrasing is every once in a while you can follow an inspired moment and something pops in improv with another actor. You can surprise a director sometimes and they really love it. I've actually done this on set and my improv line has made final cut. Now, you got to be real careful about this. I would recommend most of the time doing your first couple of takes dead set on the lines, but every once in a while an improvised line is pure genius. So that falls into the paraphrasing category. Now on to the cons. So here's some reasons why you might not want to paraphrase on stage or on set. The first and most important one, I think, is you may miss certain plot details if you go off changing the lines. Think procedural cop drama. If you're a witness in a cop show, a mystery that they're trying to solve, the details that you're giving are very important to the overall narrative. They often give very important plot details to smaller characters that the bigger characters are figuring out the puzzle. So if you can't nail the details in an audition for that role, you're not going to get it. So also, it's another reason is you can throw off your scene partner. If they don't know it's coming and you change a line and they're expecting one, it could throw them off. And you don't want that. You generally want to try that with people you're familiar working with, comfortable working with, or you tell them beforehand. There's lots of ways to communicate to your fellow actor, but you more often than not do not want to just throw them into the middle of the lake and let them fend for themselves by what you're doing in the scene. So another reason is you can fall into your own vocal patterns and colloquialisms when you get off script. If you're not really in character, you can slip into your own way of speaking and it doesn't serve the character or the story most of the time. So there's a few reasons to not paraphrase. So if you watch this video to get a hard set answer, yay or nay, on whether you should paraphrase or not, hate to disappoint you, but there is not a hard set answer, because there are times when paraphrasing is welcome and appropriate, and there are times when paraphrasing is not. It is absolutely inappropriate. So folks, I hope you learned something in this video. I had a great time putting it together for you. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you next time.